Yeah, I figured for this first question, origin story of meeting in 2013. Um, I'd love to get each of our perspectives of when we met and when we met everyone at that thing. Um,
Yeah.
so I can kick it off because yeah, I'll just kick it off.
Yeah.
So 2013, I was working at the Chapman Learning Commons at UBC at the UBC library, and there was this initiative called Stress Less for Exam Success, and it was basically programming and events and stuff that you know students could take a break from their studies and go to like whatever event was being programmed to kind of like let loose a little bit, like have some fun, generally de-stress. And being this is the first year I think that I really was like I'm a musician, and I started a band that summertime, and I'm like recording in studio for the first time, and
What
so
band was
music
that?
funk dirty.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Such a good name.
It lasted like 6 months, which is so funny. But yeah, music was really on my mind. So I was like, oh, let me pitch an open mic idea. So we booked out that side room. It kind of looks like a chapel hall or something. It looked like a church inside. Um, and set up a bunch of chairs, overshot it. Like we would put way too many chairs in that room. I thought like 40, 50 people would show up. And I texted whoever I had on my phone that like I thought could be a good fit. And so it was like, if I remember correctly, it was Missy D, uh, Gabe White, guitarist. I think Maneo was there. Uh, I think there might have been someone else, and then me. That's who I like messaged.
Mm.
And so, and then obviously they made like social media posts and stuff like that. And we just kind of see what happens. And I remember getting there and like it was only four of us, and so it just turned into a jam. And we're just like, oh, why don't we just like play music instead of it being like an open mic? Um, we're jamming, 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 and then I remember you kind of like poke your head in, or like poke your head like into the glass door. You're like, what's happening over there? And I don't think you came in right immediately. I think you might have like looked in and then maybe walked away and then kind of come back, and then at some point you poked your head in and we're like, oh, come on in, come on in. And I think maybe I'll stop here, but what I remember is that you're like, there was a podium. there was a podium with like a little wired or like a thin microphone, and you're like, I don't know if you asked if you could do something or you just started doing something, but I think you beatbox first, and maybe I'll leave it
Yeah.
there. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm curious about your experience of that.
Yeah, I was there studying with a friend, writing an essay, and I just remember being like, "Oh, like it's so boring." And then and then like just telling them that I needed to get a snack or something. And I like went downstairs to yeah, grab a snack or and then I walked by this you guys in the room. I don't know if you had like a sandwich board. I don't know why I walked in. Honestly, I don't
Right.
know why. I don't know
Sure.
if you had a sandwich board or something saying like this is an open mic or something.
Mm.
But I had been like yearning for musical experience because after high school, I think that was like my third year of university, and I had not yet found my like music collaborators, and
Mm.
like I had not yet found my footing as a musician outside of high school.
Mm.
And it was like so integral, like a integral part of my identity. So I just kind of felt like a bit like floating in that. Like I was like, what
Mm.
am I doing? Like I guess I'm like writing essays for like this degree, which, you know. And then I poked my head in, and I mean, it was just like serendipity. Like I just poked my head in, and then I saw you guys, and then I have like really bad performance anxiety. I've always had it, so I just kind of was like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna watch, just watch Roya. And then like I went inside, and I think I sat on the chairs,
Mm.
but there was like nobody else there, so it was just like super awkward, just like me sitting and watching you guys. And then I think I was like just inspired. Like I was just inspired what I was hearing. That I just was like, oh, pass me the mic. And then I think
Mm.
somebody passed me the mic. And
Mm.
then I started beatboxing because that seemed less scary at the time. And then I don't know how, but I started singing and then I passed the mic back. And then I think I went to the podium and just like was, yeah, with the little wire mic. And I just
Yeah.
found it was very, it's all like it's so clear in my mind, but the details are a bit blurry now.
Mm.
And then I remember Maneo was starting to sing a song, Not Anymore.
Mm.
And like Maneo was like an amazing vocalist, an
Mm.
amazing lyricist, like just one of my absolute inspirations. And I think they had written the lyrics. Um, yeah, and I just was like, Like, and I think when you see excellence in another person, it also inspires you to
Mm,
contribute as well, and like try to support that excellence. So I
mm,
think, yeah, they were like, and how did it go? Like, I just remember like this line. It was like, "How my rubies bled," something like that. And I was like, "Oh wow!" And then they started saying like, "Not," and then you had a verse, you had a rap verse, and that's funny because I had seen you in a creative writing class.
whoa.
You don't remember this? Of course you remember.
I
The
don't
teeth.
remember that.
Yes, you remember. I've
Do
told you
I?
this. The teeth taste like 3 a.m. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
that one.
that
Oh
line.
yeah,
So
I remember. I remember. I
I
remember. I
had
remember.
been in a creative writing class, I think
Yep.
maybe the previous year or that year, I'm not sure.
Sure.
And everyone was like sharing their poetry, and I just went up just because I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna inspire other people to like come and contribute. Not that my poetry was good, it was actually really bad. And then you went up as well. And then I remember sitting and again seeing that excellence in another person and just being
Mm,
inspired by it. And then I remember this one specific line, my teeth taste like 3 a.m. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's like such a perfect descriptor of like
mm,
I understand what he's trying to say.
mm,
Anyway, so come back to the uh open mic, and then you had a verse, and I was like, oh, it's that guy. And then Maneo, yeah. And then Maneo started singing, not anymore,
mm.
not anymore, and not anymore. And then Gabe was like, boop, boop, boop. And then I just like started harmonizing
Yeah.
with Maneo, and then it just like expanded and it turned into this. It was like so organic and it
Mm.
expanded so naturally. And then when it ended, it was like, wow, that was like something amazing, something beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
That was a whole. I almost couldn't believe it as it was happening. I have a recording of it somewhere.
me too. Yeah, same.
Yeah. 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 And like I remember. I remember the chords that I gave. So how that jam happened was like I was like, "Hey Gabe, I have these like chords. Like, can you just make them cool and like make them better?" He's
Mm.
like, "Yeah, sure." And then I remember Gabe back then, like I mean, probably still now, but back then he could make anything sound good. And
Yeah,
so
Gabe was really talented.
yeah, and so I remember just it's kind of similar to what you're saying. Like when you witness excellence in someone else and you trust each other to show
Mm.
up in that excellence, it was like what, five, six of us that were all like contributing to this such beautiful swell of music and emotion and lyrics. It was like the perfect like recipe or like stew, you know.
It
And
was very spiritual, like it just the way it came together and the way that we were just connecting with each other
yeah,
in
it
that
was
moment.
like transcended like flesh. I don't
Right.
know.
I
Yeah,
agree.
it went somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, it was everything it needed to be, and I remember. I think in the original recording, I don't think I kept it in the like the edited version I made, but in the original recording, it swells, crescendos, and then it like fades away, silence for like 3 seconds, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
Yeah,
ah! What was that?
I know.
What? We were all just freaked
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I remember I even had my eyes closed. Like I wasn't even looking at anyone. I was just listening. And then through the listening, I was contributing. And like that's when I know it's like also very spiritual because like you don't have to look at like what's happening physically, you just feel what's happening. So
um, I think that I don't think that was I don't think that's not the beginning of this story, but I imagine that point played a role in what happened with Lady Jams after that.
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah, that's why I met Missy, that's why I met Manel, and then they knew Sejal,
Sejal.
so we just like all got together to jam, and then Missy
Mm,
was like, "Oh, I have a show coming up in 10 days at Fortune Sound Club. Like, can you guys support me?" And we're like, "Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah, yeah,
yeah." And then that's how it became Lady Jams. And then
and
those
yeah, and then
people are
I
yeah.
remember that Gabe and I couldn't make whatever hangout or something. It was
Oh,
scheduled.
yeah, yeah.
I think you it was at your place maybe.
Yeah, I was at my house. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then we for some reason couldn't make it. So it was like just Lady Jams was there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I know it's totally meant to be. And
It meant to be.
those people are like my favorite people. Like they're just like my siblings, like
Yeah,
sisters, siblings. Yeah.
I know. You know what a like. I've reflected on this a lot, but I honestly, I don't think I ever made direct use of my degree, like my like my studies.
Yeah.
Like I think they were like my interests, but I don't think I turned them directly into a job. But what I really cherish from that time and those experiences at UBC was like my closest musical collaborators also happen to be some of my closest friends.
Yeah.
Like they're like we still are like intertwined today, all these years later, and so I think that's priceless. You couldn't put a price tag on that.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So I feel really special about that. And then I think, yeah. So for you, since that time, your musical journey was like mostly lady jams, right? I think
Yeah, Lady Jams. And then we started to do something maybe 2 years or a year before I left.
you left
October?
2017, was it?
Yeah, 2017. So a
Yeah.
year before I
Hmm.
left, we started to do things together.
Oh, I remembered something.
What?
Um, so yeah, because I went through my whole like crisis time of 2015 and 2016, and then when I was starting to reach, kind of come back on my feet and realize like, oh, music is what I want to devote my life to. You were the first musical friend that I reached out to, and I forgot exactly what I sent you, but I found a picture that I took of your text message to me.
Hmm.
I have it somewhere, and it's like, oh my God, Francis, I can't believe this because I was literally just thinking about you 2 days ago, and then
Wow.
and then that turned into us hanging out for the first time
Yeah.
after those years, and that was like probably end of spring or early summer of 2016.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we did arts and crafts, right?
Yeah, at your
And
place with
I,
tea.
I think I drew or something, and you, I'm not sure what you did. Or I don't
I,
even know
I,
if you
I
like.
might have scribbled like it's like I remember tea and rusks, and then we had I think we drew something.
Yeah, yeah, I probably, yeah, I have a, I do remember us drawing. Yeah, and that
Yeah,
was like our, it was like a very low key hang.
it was nice.
I was
It
just
was.
like, I was just happy that you were like emerging, you know? Because like
Hmm.
I didn't see you in that like crisis. Like I know Manao did. I know other people visited you and stuff, but we had
Hmm.
not had developed like a close enough relationship
Hmm.
that it would have, like that I came, saw
Hmm.
you. You were just kind of an acquaintance at that point.
Right.
Um, and then yeah, when you reached out, I was like, oh, wonderful, great, come over. And then that's when we
Hmm.
started to like, yeah. And then
Yeah.
we made it, and then we did Breezy, right? Was that soon after? Like,
Yeah, that was
I was
pretty
like,
soon after.
yeah, I was like, oh, I have this really good beat, and then we made such a good song. And then I remember it did so many rounds, like so many people reposted that song, like so many people from like when I went to school in Thailand or like just
Right.
old friends that I hadn't spoken to in years, like they
Right.
resonated with it. And then we were like, oh, like
I think we have
and then I
something.
think we both felt that there was like something like musically special, like in how we
Hmm.
worked together, like
Yeah.
and how we created together. Oh my God, do you remember? Sorry, I know I'm skipping ahead, but like,
That's
do
okay.
you remember when we wrote "Make You Home"? And
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
good.
I don't even remember. It was like on my and I had people over. I had people at my house, and like
Yes.
it was a condo, so it was a tiny little condo. So I was like, we need to finish this song, and I don't remember if I think you had a. Hmm. How do you remember? Like, do you remember like if you had the guitar and you had the verse written, and I just had to write a chorus?
I think so. I think what had happened was I sent you the chords, maybe like
Mm,
maybe a recording ahead of time, and I'm like, this is what I'm
uh-huh.
playing with right now. And then I think before we met up, I wrote a verse, maybe yeah, maybe a verse, and
Yeah, I don't
then
know.
yeah, and then but one thing I generally remember about that time is like whenever we had any time to work on music,
Yeah,
it could be like
which is kind of happening now too.
yeah, just like whatever time we have,
Yeah.
and we like we're gonna lock in for this half an hour, and then it
Yeah.
was literally that. You're like, I think you're like, okay, I've had people over my house until this time. I might have like a bit of time after, or something like that. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'll just come with my guitar, and then we might have had 20 minutes or 30 minutes
No,
of something, right?
I remember specifically people were there. Like people were at my
We
house.
went
Like,
into the other room.
and we went to my room because that was
Yes,
the only place we had.
yes.
Sat on my bed, and in like 15 minutes, I was like, build me a house on the home. And it's like
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite choruses I've written. So, and then it was just like, so it was like, okay, and then we're done. Okay, great. Bye. Like,
Like to this day, people still message me about that song.
really? What did they
Yeah,
say?
they're like, oh, like I don't know. Maybe they'll just be talking about my music generally, and then they'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, I still listen to "Make You Home." Like,
I mean, it's a good song. Like
yeah,
it's a really good, and like we had at one point we had like 13,000 listeners on our Roya and
yeah,
Francis Spotify, and just because it had been picked up by a playlist and because people liked that song or something.
right,
Like,
yeah.
but I want to see how much. Yeah. I'm pretty sure
It's
that one song has a lot of plays.
it's kind of crazy. Like, I think what I yeah, I don't know, my experience of collaborating with you generally, but especially during that time was like every time we made anything, it was like, oh, this is like pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I know. We were like, that's really good.
That's like really good.
And I mean, I think that the fact that we like it is like also, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's
I
like we
mean,
have 22,000 plays on Make You Home, which is like nothing to scoff at, you know? It's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I think on one hand, like I'm sure there could be no one listening to our music, and we would still
Yeah,
have a good time making it and playing it.
yeah,
But I think I know you and I have a pretty like it's not good until it's actually good. Like
yeah,
we're not gonna overestimate the quality of the thing we're making until we like
yeah,
really believe it. And so I don't know, the fact that like pretty regularly we'll make stuff and we'll be like, oh, I
yeah,
actually like this.
yeah, yeah,
It was and the fact that we repeatedly did that, I think, was my favorite. Because I don't know if before that I'd had any kind of creative or musical collaboration where like regularly both or multiple parties were into it, like into
Mm.
the thing we're making each time.
Yeah. We were
You
so
know,
into it.
yeah, it was so fire. It was like there was like multiple hype photos of us, and I'm like, that's
Yeah,
real. Like we
yeah,
just
it's all real. And like when we were in the, I remember we had like a few living room sessions too that we
yeah.
just
Oh
like would sing
yeah,
across from each other on the table, and
yeah,
like that was the origin of Homegrown is like is
yeah.
that song. How did it go? Oh my God, Abbott
I've been
that
taking my
came to
time.
see us
Oh,
because
the
we
oh,
did
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Here,
yeah,
here, and this is real. And it's like super intense, and it was like with
yeah,
horns and stuff, and it's like crazy how that became make Homegrown.
yeah.
You know,
It's
like it's the elements are there, and then you
mhm.
took it and you kept playing with it and playing with it and fine tuning, and then made yeah. Because it was, I remember even Blow Your Trumpets was not a bridge, it was the chorus for that song.
Yeah,
Remember?
totally.
And then yeah, anyway, and it was like super hype, and we were just like, but I think you made something way, 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 way better, you know? So we
Mm,
had the elements, and then you kept transforming it. It was
yeah,
good.
I think I think that's an interesting. Um, I don't know. We might have recorded with the studio songs we made and the video sessions that we made in those years. We probably had like maybe max like 8 to 10 recordings, maybe. But even in those that group of songs, there's so much variety. Like
Mm,
"Make You Home" is like literally like sweet guitar vocal ballad
yeah.
type thing, and then there's like "Found," and then there's the trophies and homegrown song, and then there's what else is there? "Back to You" I think was a super cool one.
Yeah.
Um, like it's like so many different flavors like in
It's
like a
true.
very short time, and I'm like,
It's
ah, this
true.
is so awesome.
That's why I like when I had moved from Vancouver and we were able to collaborate, I was like, I can't, literally cannot think about this. If I think about it, I'll depress myself because I was like, I just felt like we had so much potential. And
Yeah.
we got an email from South Africa. Remember that where that guy was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm your biggest fan. Don't stop making music. And then we stopped making music. I like to think about him regularly. I'm like, sorry, guy. Sorry, dude. I wonder if he's like one of our 10 monthly listeners.
He must be. He must be. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if we've like talked about that too much directly, but I'd love to if you're down. Like,
What?
just like when you moved, because you were away for how long? Away from
Two
Vancouver?
years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Cause like, and how long weren't we making music?
2 years.
Oh, okay. So
What do you mean? And then COVID. So maybe 3 years.
yeah, right.
I don't think we actually ever uh I would say that when we started picking it back up was when I came to your house and did the homegrown recording.
Last year.
Yeah, I think it was that long. Like we just
That's
when
like
I had
7 years.
babies, like it just
Yeah.
like life happened and I had moved away, and then I moved to Victoria, so it was like
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess because I remember multiple times, or yeah, I've lost track of how many times, but multiple times. we would like text, we would like reminisce over text.
So much. Yeah, so much. Oh my God.
remember
We're like,
remember when we made that thing? Remember when we played that show? Like it's so funny because we're like so young still, and and we're like this
I
whole
know.
other life.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, somebody told me like I remember once we were on stage. I don't remember where it was. It was like in a I don't remember where it was. It was like in East Van or something. And
Mm,
you had a set and then I came on to do a few songs.
mm.
It was like with a lot of graffiti. It was like dark.
Yeah, I remember that. It might have been like a auto garage or something.
Yeah, something like that. And
Yeah, yeah.
Danielle was like, when I came on stage, it was like, I think we did a few hype songs. And Danielle was like, I have never seen you that hype on stage. She's like, I have never seen you like move so naturally. I've never seen you emote so naturally, like,
Mm,
'cause it was just like so natural. And I think that was like a lot of our musical collaboration has just been natural. It's like
mm.
it naturally just emerges from me and emerges from you. And then we're like,
Yeah. Yeah, it feels so easy. And I think
yeah,
that's why I think when there was that few year hiatus of like
yeah,
not being in a musical friendship together,
yeah.
like it's like I put the grief in a box. It's
Yeah,
like I
same.
just
I
like
know. Same. I was like, I don't want to open that
I
box.
can't. It's like
Again.
too painful. Sometimes I'll open it just to
Yeah,
peek and I'll be like, "Oh, I remember that song." But
yeah.
I think because I don't think I ever I don't think I ever let go of the idea like it would happen
No,
again.
me either.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
think because it was so indefinite and was so like I don't know when or how or where it's gonna how that part of our life will like come back.
yeah, yeah.
It was
Same.
like I had to like practice detachment. I'm like I'm just gonna let that go. Like Roya's
Yeah,
living her life. She's family's growing. Like she's somewhere. She's not in Vancouver. Like just just like trust that it'll work out someday.
yeah.
And then I think I will say though that the I think the ease in our collaboration, the hype, honestly, like
So much hype. Yeah,
the expressiveness of our collaboration and our music, like that kind of raised the bar, like for me, because this is like what 2017 you left Vancouver.
yeah.
Yeah, so 2017, I'm like uh early music production years for me. Like I'm like so bad, but I'm like so bad but so eager, and I'm like I just want to make cool stuff. And often I would think like, what would Roya say about this? Like,
Really?
yeah, of course. You're just trying to impress your friends, right?
Wow. I'm very flattered.
Well, no, because like my up until that point, I'd be making something, and if it's like worth sharing with you or another musician or something, I'd hope that they'd be like, "Oh, I want to write to this," or "I want to develop this with you," or whatever. So if I'm like playing these chords and they're like a little too boring, a little too basic, then it's like, we'll scrap that one. We'll get to the next one. But I think because there was a really um, it was a short I think it was a relatively short period, but I think because that period was so generative in our collaboration, it gave me a reference point for like what I consider good. Like
Mm,
it gave me like, oh, that's the bar that I need to cross whenever I make something.
mm,
So like yeah, you were present in my day-to-day practice. But
mm.
and every now and then I'd be like, Roya, I miss making music with you.
I mean, we still talked. We still talked. Like you sent me a microphone when I was
Yes,
away. Like,
I
and then
remember
like
that.
I tried to use it. I just was, life. Like
Yeah,
I
I
tried to
get
use
it.
it. I did. I recorded a few things, and then I remember. I still remember I mean, welcome the rain. Da, 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 da,
That's a
da.
good song
Like
too.
we still need to make it. Like that's such a good song. Like that's such a good song. Like, and then
Yeah.
yeah, like there are things that can keep happening, obviously, and they have been happening.
Hmm.
And then what I'm so happy. Like one thing that I keep coming back to is I am so happy that I came to your house to record that day for
Mm.
Homegrown. Like, because you had made so many iterations of that song, like I think 4 or 5, right? And then you had just been using my old vocals, and I was fine with that. I was like, whatever. Like I don't have another option. Like I'm away. But then I was back, and then you were like, oh, can I use your old vocals, or do you want to come in and record? And I was like, I've been taking voice lessons. I sound different. I think I would like to update it. And I'm really glad I did because that song, I think my vocals would not have sounded the same if you had used my old ones, and I wouldn't have been able to add things. I wouldn't have been able to contribute in places. And also, you had pitched it up, right? So when you pitch up a vocal, like it's just not going to sound as good as when you sing it live.
Mhm.
And then that's when I was like, oh, my voice lessons are working because I can sing this effortlessly. Where
Yeah.
years ago, I would have probably been like, I can't do that, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then you can hear the quality when you play it back. You can hear like, okay, Roya. Yeah, I'm just really glad I came in and did that. And it was like, and I didn't really think about it. It was kind of like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then I don't know when I'll be there, but I'll do it anyway, you know? And
Mhm.
then it just worked out that I came to your house that one time and we did it in a few hours. We did it
Yeah.
so fast. It was like how many hours? Like 4 hours or something? Three
Yeah.
hours?
And you were like casually belting the whole time.
Yeah.
um,
Well,
but
yeah.
or like half the time. But I think what was cool too was just like that was the culmination of years of both of us, like patience and like living our lives and working on our craft. You were going to vocal lessons. I think you generally were kind of coming back to singing and music
Yeah.
in a deeper way, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we trusted the path over like what 6 7 years, and like we came
Wow.
back to this point of like, oh my god, it's perfect. And it was
Yeah.
like, I don't know the last time we were in a recording dynamic. I don't know the last time um we'd been in like a studio together. I don't know. It might have
Just
been
before
many.
I left, like I
Yeah,
think
yeah, many years ago, like
yeah.
7 years ago or something,
Yeah.
more than that. And so, yeah, I remember that day feeling like, on one hand, it was surprisingly easy because I was like, oh, this is, I don't know what I was expecting, but there's no friction. It's like we're just making something amazing.
Yeah.
But then I'm also not surprised because, like I said, like we've been doing the musical, vocal, personal work. Like
Yeah.
I became a competent engineer. Imagine
Yeah.
if imagine if you showed up and you're like, I'm good, I'm ready to sing, my voice is warm, let's go. And I'm like, how do you move
Yeah. Oh yeah.
the?
Yeah, you were super like it's so easy. You just knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
that could have only I could have only done that for years by myself.
Yeah.
Or like not only, but like it was better that I got to have all my own trials and errors without you having to be frustrated with me for like
Yeah, yeah,
many
yeah.
sessions, so that I could just show up and ready, be like, yo, let's make this
Yeah.
happen. Yeah,
It was so easy. And
yeah.
we only had those hours. Like I was like, I'm leaving Vancouver. Like I'm gonna, I have
Oh
my kids at
yeah.
home. I need to leave. Like I'm just here for the weekend. Like I allotted this time, and like that's it. It was like do or die. And I remember at one point you were like, oh yeah, so like no, I think we didn't know if we'd finish, and I was like, no, we are going to finish. Like we have to.
Right.
Like I have no other option.
Yeah, yeah,
I
right,
remember
right, right.
texting home, Papa. I was like, okay, are the kids okay? You're okay. Okay, can I have one more hour? Okay, bye. Like
Yeah, yeah. I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and I think yeah, that song has seen five, at least five iterations over the years.
it's so good though. Like it's like it had to go through those iterations to become what it is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like movie song,
It
like you
really
should
feels
send
like
it
it.
specifically respond to the guy from South Africa and be like,
Yeah, we're back.
we're back. Like, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I I don't know. I think you can really hear our growth in it,
Yeah,
um,
totally.
but also our growth. We can also just hear us. Like it's not trying to be anything other than what we bring to it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
because remember the first version was off that Brass Tracks MP3.
Yeah.
So like obviously it sounds like their song.
Yeah.
And so over the years, I remember going through the iterations one time. I'm like, okay, this is the first version where I was learning to produce a beat. This is the
Mm.
first version where I was learning to play keys. This is the first version where we actually pitched it up to semitones higher, so that it's like whatever. It like sits in a different place in our voice. And like over the iterations, it become more and more. It became closer and closer to what we ended up today, and
Yeah.
we couldn't have rushed that.
Sorry, I was just when you were talking, I was just thinking, like, it's actually crazy because didn't you the first song you produced, you got a Juno for, oh I mean you were nominated for a Juno. Like,
The
is
first
that
the first thing that I released that was for someone else, I think. Or the first
and then
project
you
that
were
I yeah.
nominated for a Juno. Like that's crazy. Like to be self-taught over the years,
Hmm.
and then to just be like, oh, I just did this like thing with my friend and now I have
Yeah.
a Juno nomination.
Well,
Like that's
okay,
crazy.
yeah, I mean, thank you. But like yeah, that was the first project that I produced for someone else was Desiree Dawson's Meet You at the Light EP. And I remember making that with her and we're just like, let's just make the best possible thing we can make. And there were no expectations. We're like it's a two-person team mostly, and then we had like our key collaborators like Olivia Kwan, engineering and co-producing, a couple of like musicians, and like that, but the core of it was us. And I remember back then, honestly, still to this day, I'm like not that great of a producer. Like I still say that to myself, and I think I still believe it. But when my skill set matches exactly what the person needs,
Mm.
that's all that matters. So if like a bunch of people ask me to produce their song, I'm probably gonna say no most of the time. But like with Desiree, she's like, I need this, this, and this. I'm like, I can do that, that, and that. So
Nice.
right, so let's do it. And then yeah, I got nominated for a Juno, and I'm like,
Which is
cool.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
which is so
that's
crazy.
nothing that's nothing to scoff at, as I said before. It's
Yeah,
nothing, it's nothing, it's impressive. And you
thank
can
you.
put that in any bio, Juno nominee.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's how I feel about like this, like my album coming up, and also like your project that we're, or like your two songs that we're gonna be working on, like and Sejo's album like last that I produced last year, like I I feel like I can serve. I mean, I feel like you might have thoughts on this, but I feel like my skill set can be of service. Like if it's any other project, any other person, any other kinds of songs, and they need something else, I might not have the skill set for it. But I think that goes with anyone that's trying to be of value to a person or a project or a community or something. It's like knowing when you can and knowing when you can, and then just owning it. Like
Mhm.
I used to tell myself I'm trash. Like I'm
I think
so
it's
bad.
a very common thing that all artists, singers, everyone does.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think it's just like self-doubt is so normal. And you have to be your own biggest cheerleader and champion. You have to.
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to be for you. I mean, I've got like supportive friends. You have supportive friends, right? But like nobody's going to do the work for you. Like you have to support yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to say one more thing.
Yeah, do it.
Totally forgotten. So, yeah,
That's okay.
continue.
Yeah, no, I think I'm curious to hear. I think one of the questions actually here. Yeah, what is music and singing's role in your life? I really like asking you this question.
Singing is so a part of me. And sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes I come back to it. I've had like intermittent times, but it's just like the one core, like one of the core things of who I am that I've been doing since I was a child, that I've has always kind of defined me that it's also like, it feels nice to have something I'm good at, like
Mm,
not everyone has something that they're really good at,
right.
and then I think especially after taking these voice lessons, I feel like I'm unlocking my full potential,
Mm,
which feels really good because it's like, oh, and I've really appreciated the growth mindset that I'm applying to singing because yeah,
right.
I know, and I still have a goal of where I want to be. I'm not there yet,
Right.
but the fact that I've had this thing my whole life, so it's also been like a challenge for me. It's like been something that just like pour my energy and uh effort into. And that feels really good. So it's like not only is it like a way of expressing myself, it's like also a way of challenging myself and making myself better, as a
Mm,
person. That's like it's also nice because I share it with my kids now, and that's like
yeah.
so special. It's like the most special. For the first few years of my kids' life, I was like, oh, I wish I had this thing that I could like teach my kids and like we could do to get two together. And that was when I was kind of like taking a hiatus from singing or just like moved away to other like didn't nurture it. And
Mm,
then, like, especially since starting taking voice lessons, like my kids just hear me sing all day, every day. My neighbors hear me sing. The people on the street hear me sing. Like,
yeah.
that's my
Right.
audience.
Right.
And the fact that I can share it with my kids and see them sing and see them perform, and mm, what, Amira, she'll be like, I have to rehearse. I have to rehearse for
Oh.
my concert. So like, she'll ask me to play certain songs so that she can rehearse for her like end of school concert or whatever.
Right.
It's so sweet.
I
It's
love
also
that.
like everything to me. Like I cry when I hear beautiful vocals. I cry when I sing beautiful vocals. Like I'm just
Mm,
so like I think I'm in general in life, I'm a very like I don't emote like my full range of emotion.
mm,
Like I'm kind of like yes, I emote, but like not the full range of human experience. But when I sing, that's when
right.
I feel it all come out. Like I
Right.
feel like so the tears come out, like the I really focus in on it, and I'm like I'm actually feeling the whole range of human experience, you know?
Mm,
Yeah, it's just yeah, it's just everything.
mm. I think when I think of someone, I think most of the time when I think of when I think of singing in my life, it's like two things. Usually, it's like obviously I'm like in music a lot, in like the music industry a lot. So a lot of it is like a product. It's like a part of an artist. It's like a part of
Mm.
a business, right? That's like one thing. The second thing is I think of karaoke because a lot of my family loves karaoke, and that in that way it's like more like a hobby or it's just like a fun thing to do. But honestly, when I think of you, I think of something that's even more fundamental than that. It's like almost just breathing. It's just like
Yeah.
you can't help but sing.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I read this thing that's like it's like a buoy like in the
Yeah.
water
Yeah.
that's like you try to press it down or like a balloon in the water you try to press it down you're like no 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 and
Yeah.
then it's like
It
boop,
comes up.
and you're like no
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this dream is not feasible Boop. You know so
Yeah.
you're like okay nothing to I mean I wouldn't I have terrible performance anxiety like you think that somebody with like that debilitating performance anxiety like that's why I have to do it. I have to do it. Like yes, I have horrible performance anxiety, but I'm overcoming it because I have
Mm.
to. You know, like there's no other
Mm.
choice. Like it comes out of me and I have to perform. So, and I'm getting better at the performance anxiety. So,
Yeah, and yeah, you're saying like you have to do it. Like it's like a
yeah,
part of you. It's just
I
like
have to.
it's like a heart beating. It's like it's
Yeah,
like breath. It's like
yeah.
I don't any like it's a natural process for you. And I think that I've something that I've always admired and like really wanted to cultivate in myself because like my relationship to specifically singing, like I'll rap anytime, but like when it comes to specifically singing, it's it has always felt like a thing that's like separate from me, or it's like it's on a stage or it's for performing. And I
Mm.
think I'm slowly starting to cultivate an individual practice of like, oh, this is for me. This is like a self-regulating the nervous system. This is
But don't you feel like your writing is that though?
I think my writing is that. I can
Yeah,
write I can write forever. Like
that's the thing is like your writing is it feeds into this the rapping and the singing. Like it's not separate. You know,
oh
it's
no
part of the
no,
thing.
but
Yeah. Oh, I see.
I want to sing.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
That's what I'm.
I didn't know that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
No. Okay. No. Hold on.
nice.
So no. So my recent thing is So I have my friend Kathleen that we sing a lot together or perform a lot together, and she features on a song on the album, which is cool. But she's
Which one?
also Waterboy.
Okay, yeah, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So she is like a vocal and I think guitar teacher to youth. Anyways, I hit her up recently too because she grew up in the like Filipino karaoke culture too, and I told her I'm like, okay, Kath, once this album is done, I want to develop a relationship to singing that is not for performance, but it's
Mm.
for enjoyment and it's for like emotional regulation. And we're like, oh, what if we just made karaoke a thing in your life? Like you just like did it for fun. And so our later this month we're gonna have our first session, but it's a
Cute.
vocal lessons not to be an artist, which is a whole new concept for me. It's a
Mm.
vocal lessons to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm so
Wow.
excited. I'm so
That's so
excited.
good. And it'll also reduce the pressure, I feel. Like you can just I love that for you.
Me
I'm
too.
excited.
I'm so excited. I mean, also, I think I'm really excited to uh, explore music, a relationship to music past this era of projects.
Mm.
Yeah, like now I have no commitment, no project commitment. I have
Ah,
no
yes, you do.
idea. No, I mean for me.
Oh, okay. I was like,
No, no, for
don't
my own.
don't
No,
don't
don't
rest
no.
yet. Yeah, yeah.
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, yeah.
I will make time for my friend Roya. I'm just.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have until December, like otherwise you have to give the money back. So
No, no,
yeah.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, but like for my artist, it's like I walk around now and I have no song ideas, and it's like it's
Wow.
taken a decade. I've written all of it out,
Wow.
and so
Wow.
I think I'm excited to leave that space open for what emerges naturally,
Wow.
and just to have a casual singing practice. I've never had that before.
Mm.
Yeah. So.
You know, I just think of like Lauren, you know, I'm paraphrasing heavily and probably getting it wrong, but Lauren Hill basically was like, you know, she wrote that Miseducation of Lauren Hill, which
Mm,
was like incredible.
yeah.
And then she just like didn't never wrote anything of the same caliber.
Hmm.
And but also like people were pushing her like, oh, like when's your next album coming out? And she's like, it took this many years of life experience to be
Mm,
able to write an album this good. You know,
right.
it doesn't creativity doesn't just come from nowhere, you know, like it's inspired by your life, it's inspired by your experiences. So I
Right.
think it's like it's very apt that after 10 years of writing that you would have to empty space, you know? And I think it's good. And then you're opening yourself for like whatever comes, as you said. And
Yeah.
then the next, you know, that next album and maybe in 10 more years or I don't know,
Yeah.
5 more years.
In the meantime, I will be helping you make your music.
Just 2 songs. I just want to, I, you know, I, yeah.